So I'm not sure how to represent this visually quite well, but all of these boxes are supposed to represent companies that offer stocks. And if you're looking at a certain industry, if you're looking at a certain group of stocks, you don't want to see every single stock or every single company in that group as being good and as having a lot of potential. So what a lot of new investors will do is they will look at a few particular stocks and they will look at their business model and all of that, and they will see all of them as good or at least decent with some potential in the future. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to look at a group of stocks and you want to see some of them as complete garbage that you would never invest into and some of them as okay. You need to be able to differentiate between stocks quite severely. There have to be stocks that you would never invest into. And a lot of people have this mistake that I've been noticing recently. A lot of people seem to just look at an industry, they think that the industry has a lot of potential, and they will just see every single stock as having a lot of potential. And that's not how you're supposed to invest into stocks, people. You need to be able to differentiate between, your decent stocks and your absolutely terrible stocks. You need to find the best and the worst and put them onto a scale where the best is all the way at the top and the worst is all the way at the bottom. And a lot of the times, you'll have a quite small scale, so the best will be here. Terrible drawing, I know. And then the worst will be here. And there's not a lot of space in between, but you generally want to buy like right here. And in the stock market, it's generally better to be conservative rather than not be conservative, because if you miss buying a good stock, but at the same time you don't buy a bad stock, then that's okay. If you miss buying two good stocks, but at the same time you don't buy a bad stock, that's okay. You want to avoid buying the bad stocks, obviously, so it's better to be conservative in the stock market. It's better just to keep your money than to lose your money. So hopefully this helps for you guys. If you're doing research and you come across a group of stocks, you take a look at them and all of them seem good to you, you need to readjust your expectations, or not expectations, but your judgment, how you judge these stocks. You need to, lift some standards or lower some standards or do something that will make it so that you see some of the stocks as worse, significantly worse than the others, because if you don't, chances are that you're not going to be making good investments in the long run, which is what you want to do. But hopefully this helps for those of you who are newer. If you did, leave a like and check out my channel.